In this video, I'm talking about 19 things that I either do or that I want to try to save time, get organized, and make life simpler in 2026. Number 1, start ingredient prepping instead of meal prepping. On a Sunday morning, instead of prepping whole meals, chop up your veggies, your proteins, make your greens and pastas. It cuts down the amount of time that it takes to actually make dinner on a weeknight so much. Number 2, take the time to set up your entryway so that it has all the things that maybe you usually forget. For example, I almost always forget to put on sunscreen, but I have my sunscreen right here. And the amount of times that I've left the house and then just chucked on a little bit of sunscreen as I'm leaving, life-changing, especially in Australia. Number 3, put the things that you want to do more or spend more time on right near where you most often sit in your house. For example, this is where I sit the most often in my house. I have all my journals here. I have my pens here. I have a bunch of nail care stuff here. I've never used my journals so much. I've never painted my nails so much as I have this year, just because it's right next to where I most often sit. If you want yourself to do something more, put it right near where you sit the most often in your house. Number 4, I've flossed more than I ever have before this year, and I made this one change to make it easier. I put my floss sticks in this little open container right near where I brush my teeth. There's no lid to open to get to them. And little tiny environment changes like that, just making one little habit a bit more accessible through changing your space, can be life-changing. Number 5, another sun protection one. Whenever I go to hang out my clothes, sometimes it's blisteringly hot, so I have a little overthrow hanging on this rack here that I can chuck on when I go to hang clothes on the line to protect my skin from the sun. Number 6, get a loud timer for your washing machine. If you're a forgetful person or your washing machine is just really quiet, maybe you're not on the same end of the house that it is, you won't waste water running cycles for a second time because you forgot to get the first cycle out, because the timer is so loud and annoying that you'll be forced to get up and get out the clothes, put them on the line. Number 7, if you want to feel a little bit more luxe and more put together, invest in the things that you use on a daily basis. Obviously, don't replace stuff that doesn't need replacing, but as things wear and tear, if you can, buy slightly more luxe versions of those items. For example, we've had plates that have been chipping and cracking. We had a set that wasn't matching, and so we bought an all-matching plate set. And every time I go to eat out of a pasta bowl, which I've never had before in my life, I feel so much more luxe and put together. And that's something that I use on a daily basis. It's so nice to have slightly nicer, slightly more elevated daily use items. Number 8, if you have a dishwasher, refuse to buy things that aren't dishwasher friendly. Create a personal policy for yourself. Number 9, do your weekly clean of a weeknight. I used to work with someone who did this. She would clean every single Thursday night so that she didn't have to do any cleaning of a weekend. And it's the one thing that I want to try in 2026. Let me know if you want me to make a video about it. If you have the kind of job where you don't come home deeply exhausted and unable to do anything, or you're someone that kind of enjoys cleaning, you find it meditative, but you still want to get a lot out of your weekend, try sliding it in of a weeknight. Picking one weeknight where you do your cleaning in full. That way you actually get to fully enjoy your weekends. And you feel more organized and put together. Your house is clean. You get to enjoy your house of a weekend. Number 10, get human accountability for your fitness goals in 2026. I did this a few years ago and it is one of the best decisions that I've ever made. I signed up to Train Well and got matched with a one-on-one personal trainer. Before I signed up to Train Well, I really struggled with consistency more than anything. I might be consistent for like a month or 2, but then I would drop off and I'd struggle to bounce back. But Train Well really helped me with the bouncing back of it all. So I can have a bad week with Train Well, but even in a bad week these days, I'll still do one workout. Almost always. It's pretty rare that I don't get a workout in, but I always bounce back. There's just a level of consistency that's maintained always. When you sign up to Train Well, you get to do a quiz that pairs you with the perfect trainer for your exact needs. You get to specify all of your preferences. You can say whether you want someone who's big on tough love or whether you want someone who's more gentle and supportive. It's totally up to you, and you can change trainers at any time. They have a super convenient app where you get delivered all of your workouts. You get to meet with your trainer, talk to them about what you want from Train Well, get really specific about your preferences and why you're there so they can give you the most help possible. These are also trained professionals. They know what they're doing. They'll be able to design the perfect exercise programs for your needs. One of my favorite things about Train Well is that they let you keep it flexible. So if you are doing a workout and you're just in a mood that day, you can go ahead and edit some of your exercises. It'll give you recommended exercises to swap with. If you just feel like doing something a little different that day, or you just want to pick an exercise that you enjoy more, you can in the app. If you want to make maintaining your health easier in 2026, take the quiz to find your perfect trainer and get 14 days of free training using my QR code on the screen or the link in the description below. Number 11, start writing a letter to your subconscious every night before you go to bed in a journal where you ask your subconscious mind to work on a problem for you. Which sounds really weird, but it's not. Your brain is a little connection machine and it's really good at solving problems for you, but you have to consciously put it on the job. Also, when you sleep is when your brain makes a lot of connections. So putting something front of mind at that time is just the ideal space for it. And it's not super effortful. Just take 10 minutes before you go to bed, outline the problem, think a little bit about the root cause of the problem. Maybe start consciously generating ideas to solve the problem. That way you can then hand it over to your brain and go, okay, now you work on that for me. Close the book, go to sleep. A super easy and simple habit to start doing. All you need is a little bit of trust that your brain likes to solve your problems for you. Number 12, if you have a partner, get a separate doona to them. You'll get a better sleep and you'll like them more. Number 13, try inviting someone over once a week, especially if you're not already in the habit of cleaning once a week. Chelsea Fagan actually talks about this in her book, Having People Over, how this was the way that she got herself to start cleaning every single week, inviting people over. She used to be really messy, struggle with keeping things clean, but when she'd have people over, she would always do a big tidy, a big clean because she wanted to feel nice for people. And this doesn't need to be done in a shamey way. So this isn't about, oh my gosh, heaven forbid someone see that I have something out of place in my home. It can very much be done in a way of, I want people to feel welcomed in my home. I want our house to feel nice to be in for other people when they come over. And obviously there are huge added benefits to this. You strengthen your community, you make people feel loved, you get to curate cozy environments and experiences for the people that you love. Number 14. If you follow any rule in 2026 to get your life together, to achieve your goals, to feel more organized, like you're making more progress, let it be this. Give your most important goal some attention every single day. If you've tried SMART goals and setting a lot of milestones and that hasn't worked for you, you don't need to do that. You just need to give your goal attention every single day and eventually your goal will be achieved. Some days you might just read your goal out loud just to remind yourself that it exists. Some days you might spend 5 minutes on it. Some days you might spend 4 hours on it. It doesn't matter how much time you give your goal every single day. It just matters that you're giving it attention every single day, because eventually if you give something attention every day, you'll be able to say, that's done. Number 15. This is one that I want to try next year to make my life a little smoother, but also more connected, more enjoyable. So this year I've been doing design your week vision boards for my week, where I plan out my experiences for the week. Right now I'm doing it for the month of December because December is insane. I couldn't do it weekly. But I recently saw a guy and he talked about how he has a monthly spreadsheet and he'll put all of the events and activities that he wants to go to. And then he'll ask people to just tell him if they want to come along to any of the things in his spreadsheet. And he does this even with new people to make new connections. So he'll be like, oh, like I put everything that I attend in a spreadsheet. Like, let me know if you want to come. I'll get you on the list for it. And he sends it out to a bunch of people every single month. And those people have the option of going along to any of the events with him. The only risk that you run here is that someone might be like, that's weird, because it is a little bit different. But at the same time, depends on what kind of people you want to attract. It's a good, easy way to cut out people who are very judgy and truly, genuinely chill people. If you've ever met them, they could not care less about how you organize your time. They wouldn't bat an eyelid at you being like, oh, I have a little spreadsheet that I send out. They'd be like, huh, interesting. And they'd move on with their day. So keep that in mind. It's what I'll be keeping in mind as I try to do this in my 2026. Number 16, do a quarterly or yearly screenshot cleanse. I currently have 5,000 screenshots. I've actually seen a few people talking about this recently. One girl talked about doing an annual cleanse and she would go through all of her screenshots and always feel super inspired. I'm actually going to do a digital decluttering day on my channel and I'm going to include this. I'll try to make that super step by step so that anyone can follow along. Number 17, have a hat, a picnic blanket, and a cardigan that live in your car if you want to spend more time outside in 2026. Every year I always set kind of an intention just to spend more time outside. This year it's been a lot easier because I've kept things in my car that have made it easier to go outside. Particularly for me, a cardigan. I am just a cold person, so I need a cardigan if it's windy, otherwise I won't want to go outside. Just having them stored in my car and knowing that they're always there makes it so much easier to get myself to drive to the park, which in turn has made my life so much better. Nature is so good for my brain, and it's good for everyone's brain. Number 18. Eat a chia pudding every morning. Lately, my life's mission has been to make sure that everyone I love is eating fiber. Not in a weird diet culture way, but in a I want everyone I love to be healthy. I want their bowels thriving in a non-cancerous way. Chia seeds are such a good, easy way to get fiber in. All you need to do is chuck 2 tablespoons of chia seeds. Probably start with less if you're not used to getting a lot of fiber in your day. Chuck some of your preferred milk in. If you want to, you can put in a little sweetener. Put it in the fridge overnight, eat it every morning, tastes good, starts your day with some good fiber. Make sure you're getting plenty of water if you're eating fiber though. Not only is fiber so good for your insides, it'll also keep you feeling more full, so you're not as snacky throughout the day eating mindless things. Number 19, figure out your color palette. I declutter maybe twice a year, and over time you start to notice patterns about what you tend to discard. And for me, a lot of it comes down to color. When I buy things that aren't my color, initially I'll be like, yeah, this is cute. The more I wear it, the more I like it less. And as I started to understand my color palette, understand what cool tones, neutral tones, and warm tones actually are, it's becoming easier to buy clothes that I don't eventually get rid of because the color just feels a little off, but I can't pinpoint why. Not everyone can pay for a color analysis, but usually with a little bit of sleuthing, you can kind of suss out which season you sit in. Next year, I want to download digital palettes on my phone. That way, when I go shopping, I can compare anything I buy to the palettes, because I'm still in an era where I'll buy something and be like, this totally fits in my season, and then I'll wear it or see it in a video a lot of the time and be like, oh, that's not my color season. Getting your color palette and having it available to you when you go shopping immediately makes your life so much easier, because you buy things that you actually will keep, that you'll love. Also, when you start dressing to your color palette, you start naturally getting more compliments. You know that you're wearing one of your colors when you go out and people are like, wow, you look great today, or oh my gosh, I love that color on you. People will call out when you're wearing your colors. End up being more intentional about what you purchase, you get rid of less, life becomes easier. If you're on a 2026 reset journey, I'm going to have a link to my playlist on the screen of all of my 2026 videos so far. There might not be that many videos yet, but I'm going to keep on adding to this. If you want to make maintaining your health easier in 2026, take the quiz to find your perfect trainer and get 14 days of free training using my QR code on the screen or the link in the description below.